We are back, folks, to another session of our Out of the Abyss game. We are here with our wonderful players once again, and we even have a new face amongst the group, Jim. And if you guys want to say hey or anything, or just
Hey or anything.
Anything.
uh,
Just
Hello.
perfect. That works very well. And well, we're going to start things off the same way we start every session with a little bit of a recap. A little bit of unfortunate events last time, but new beginnings and all that.
Series of unfortunate events.
That's the name of this campaign essentially. But yeah, getting into it. Last time you guys were gathering yourselves in this knoll encampment after this blood spout in the circle. You continued onward, finding a nice place to settle down for the evening. The next day you came across some edible fungal spores, eventually a cavern full of oddly infused crystals illuminating most of the area. Taking some time and collecting some of these, as Dargus had discovered they could have a blinding effect before continuing on. However, this evening, unable to find a good spot to rest, you started to head into the evening for a better spot. Coming to a pair of cliffs set up high, climbing up one by one on the shorter of the two cliffs. But as half of you were up and half of you were down, a large boulder came smashing into Chasmus from atop one of the other cliffs across the way, revealing a multiple-headed giant sliding down after you, good 12 feet tall. Unfortunately, up top, the cliff that you were climbing, another giant melded out of stone, a good 20 feet tall, roaring madly and assaulting those up there. During this, Dargus did end up petrified and actually somehow attached to this larger giant up top on the cliffs. Luckily, there was a somewhat of a savior in the form of a large blue orc named Blurg came to your aid. Fortunately, though, not enough time to save Dargus. After the defeat of these giants, you spoke to this Blurg for a bit, as he said he was part of some Society of Brilliance, investigating some incursion down here. Not giving too much other than that. Before parting, he said you were a number of days away from the lake still, and slightly recommended the Silken Pass if you wanted to pass the dangers there. It would cut your time over half. He also mentioned that this place that the giants ambushed you in, caves around, were filled with what he called Fairzus, and you shouldn't linger long. And then he headed in the direction of the knoll camp that you guys told him about. And that's where we're going to pick up. Got the stone statue of Dargus still by you guys, along with probably some other statues. You have looted the satchel and are in this cave still. Still haven't slept. What are you guys up to?
um, how do we feel about resting now?
Do we take the orc's advice and find someplace further down, or do we rest here and not take his advice about those creatures?
Do I have knowledge of what it is he said this place was filled of?
Yeah, you can give me a history or a nature check. Your call. I'll give you advantage on your Just because, it makes sense for you to have
Just
advantage.
because, hey,
Because
just
you're
because we're
because you're from here.
I'm from here.
You're
It's
from
the
here.
first roll of the night. We're kicking it off,
Exactly.
Let's do it with advantage. Let's see. I think they are both the same. So let's go history.
With a 22, absolutely fares us. So essentially, fares us is underdark radiation that causes people to go mad, essentially. Bupido is a perfect example. Along with all of his kind, the Darrow, have been pretty much exposed to so much Farazes and this underdark radiation that they have evolved essentially mad to start with. Some people experience strange visions in the Farazes. Others, sometimes it helps illuminate the way. It has odd effects. Other times, magic doesn't do what you intend it to do. It can have varying effects. Usually for the worse, but sometimes not bad.
And does it strike me as something that is going to be detrimental to us in the short term, or is it something that, like radiation, the more you absorb, the longer you absorb over a period of time? That's
yes.
where it. Okay.
Yes.
I mean, I kind of don't know how much further I can go on here without risking like some huge side effect. So
Right.
Leaf kind of needs to chill out for a little bit wherever it may be.
I think, and I'm having trouble remembering exactly what that area looked like where we were, but yeah, I think if we,
It was just kind of a straight cave. You guys were at the top of that cliff overlooking the space there where the one giant's at the bottom and another giant's crushed and up top. Jim Jar would kind of speak up as he's pretty battered himself from the fight. He got thrown off the cliff previously. Yeah, if you want to stay here, I wouldn't mind. I'm quite fucked up myself, so yeah.
yeah, Weller will agree with Jim Jar and say, yes, it seems like a defensible position.
All right, then. Let's set up camp.
All right.
Is there anything kind of odd about the interior of the cave? Is it just kind of like, wet rock or
Give me
dry
give me a
or
perception check. I would say this area is pretty dry and very rocky, as opposed to like there's no smoothness to it. But go ahead and
Okay.
give me a perception check.
we don't really have our rolls anymore? Those are
Hey, with a 21, well, actually a 20 because you do have a point of exhaustion. I keep forgetting.
right.
But even with a 20, looking around at the walls, it does look like, even though it's not like color, like it's mostly gray and maybe a little bit of maroonish color, like dirt and stone. Occasionally you'll see what looks like some stones move, like on their own, like still stuck to the wall, like, or just like a divot that you see in one place, you see it move like 6 inches. Or you would see like a stalagmite shrink. It seems like it's barely in motion, but it does seem like it is slightly in motion. Hard to notice, but you do notice it.
Okay. I'll kind of I'm not gonna really mention it or anything. I'll just kind of, reach out a little bit, kind of like, not quite touching what I'm reaching out to feel, and then I'll draw my hand back and then go back to the rest of the group and get ready to rest because I'm wiped out. Maybe I'm seeing things because I'm tired.
Fair enough. Is there anything you all would like to do as you start to make the semblance of a camp here? I would say, are you trying to start a fire, but you don't have anything to burn?
Oop.
Is there anything you'd like to do before trying to bed down for the night?
We should probably set up a watch.
Go back to my.
We
There it is. There's the safe map.
Yeah, you guys are safe here.
We like when this map's up.
Topsy and Turvy will happily take the first watch as normal. Shushar barely will take the second watch. Bupido takes the third watch, and Jim Jar's fucked up, so he wants to take the fourth watch.
Yeah, I'll definitely want to take the fourth watch too, because I need a pretty solid rest, I think.
How long has it been since we've eaten?
You probably
Okay.
need to finish your meals that you have, and you got those the large spores essentially previously. You'd probably have to eat the rest of those for the evening.
And water's going to be a problem because didn't Dargus have the water skins?
Dargus did have the water skins.
But you did say that there was a waterfall. Didn't you?
That was
Am I imagining that?
where you guys rested last time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Seems pretty dry and cool in here.
Gotcha.
So, sticking to the watches you guys have, I will say, is there anything you'd like to do during your watches? Any of you?
I mean, I don't know. I don't really think I can forage or anything while I'm on my watch. So
If you want to stray far, you can, but that's up to you.
yeah, no, I'm gonna stay fairly close to the group, I think. And I guess I'll pray a little bit while I'm on my watch.
All right. As you're kind of meditating, essentially, what seems like a voice, but not quite be able to be heard, almost echoes out. But it's this kind of, it's more a feeling than it is a voice, but you can kind of feel like it is a voice. Like it's hard to put into words. But as you start to hear this non-existent thing in your essentially mind's eye, you would see this warble along the stone giant's corpse as the rock seems to almost melt like a puddle. And there's almost this like beckoning. What do you do?
I'll kind of glance over at Jim Jar, see if he's noticing this too, and quickly
He doesn't notice. He's
glance
just
at
kind of
Weller.
looking down over the cliff, keeping an eye out. Weller, you're up during this time. Everything seems as it was.
I guess I'll kind of crawl on all fours or bear crawl over towards the shimmer a little bit, kind of keeping down. How far away?
It's like 10, 15 feet away from where you guys set up camp. Not
Okay.
And the odd thing is, especially for you, you can see it. And you can see it crystal clear. And you've been unable to see anything in here in this darkness since you've been down here.
Okay. I'll cautiously approach the shimmer, I guess, and I don't know, is it talking?
It's not, like I said, it's not a voice, but it's almost this resonation, but you kind of feel like it is some form of talking. You don't necessarily understand it, or maybe it's too scrambled.
Does it look like it's something that's tangible that can be touched?
Yeah, so like what you see is the crumbled parts of the stone giant kind of melt into a puddle
Okay.
and kind of looks like it radiates a little bit of light.
Um,
Almost like
I
it's
don't-
begging to be touched.
Okay. Fortune favors the bold here. So I'll reach out and tap it like is it like water or
As you tap it,
oil?
it does kind of, at first it's kind of like this puddle of oil almost, yeah. But it kind of starts to shimmer as you tap it, and colors start to shimmer all around you. Almost near perfectly, as if it was under moonlight. It's been so long since you've seen the moon. But there's this just shimmer across everything. You can see all your companions sleeping. You can see all the cracks in the walls. But furthermore, you can feel this, as you tap that puddle, it kind of sticks to your finger and attaches itself. Part of it sticks to your hand. Almost like it doesn't feel sticky. It just feels cool and not even wet. As it warbles in your hand, it forms into this stone. Almost like a crystal, but not quite crystalline, if that makes sense. Like a bad quartz crystal, kind of.
Okay. I'll I mean, you gotta sniff it. Right?
Sure.
I mean, he's a guy, so he's and finger it, feel it between his fingers and
It it doesn't mold to
Oh.
your fingers. It seems to have now taken on this hardness aspect. And as you look down, the puddle is gone. And there's the crumbling stone giant still there. Smelling it, it just smells of earth. Nothing odd about it. And what Weller and Jimjar would see in the middle of your watch, after Rincewind had gone into a meditation sort of pose to contemplate things, you saw him crawl over towards the giant, reach his hand into the rock as it just phased through it, and he pulled out a rock that he's now holding. That's what Weller would have seen.
All right. Weller has no questions.
Fair enough. Jimjar does, but he just kind of nods along and gives a look to Weller like, it's not strange, right?
No, it's a little strange, but it doesn't seem to be a threat right at this moment. And Weller will just kind of turn back to keeping his eyes peeled.
I'm gonna just be probably completely slack-jawed, looking out and being able to kind of see, even if it's, kind of like this whole grayscale horizon that's out there, just like, knowing what I was able to see before versus what I can see now, just odd. So,
Absolutely.
but quiet. Like, I don't know if I took some bad mushrooms and this is what happened or what. So, but
That
yeah,
radiation.
right. Yeah. Okay. Quiet though.
All right. Without any conversation, everyone's watches do complete. Everyone gets a long rest in. And you wake up, unsure what time it actually is, but you wake up. I do need everyone to give me a wisdom saving throw as you finish a rest here. Fair enough. Malakar, as you wake up, roll me a D100, please.
Oh, Jesus.
95. Wonderful.
I don't like that.
Malakar, as soon as you get up and look around, you hear this awful ringing noise. Your companions are kind of getting ready for the day, and you're just kind of standing up, starting to put your armor on, trying to ignore the ringing. And then this white light looks to echo from down the cavern and blocks out your eyes as you just pass right out.
Jesus. All right.
Like, you're up for like maybe 2 minutes. And
And then
you
just
all
fall out.
would see he's starting to like put his armor on for the day, and he just passes out. Collapses.
Okay. Can I go over and see if I can figure out what's going on with him?
Give me a medicine check.
Oh,
He's knocked out. You're uncertain as to what happened to him, but he is on the ground, collapsed.
okay.
Oh, how the hell are we gonna move him? I don't think any of us can carry him.
Can we attempt to wake him up?
Yeah.
Jostle him a bit? Yeah. Slap him. Give him the old knife hand.
As you start to jostle him and slap him, Malakar, you do come to, and you still hear that ringing in the back of your ears. And instead of at the edge of your vision, where everything is usually darkness or black, you just see pure white, like at the edges of your vision. But
Goddamn.
you are awake.
Passed out, came back with cataracts.
More or less, yeah.
I'll basically just shake my head and just like, what the hell happened? I hear this weird ringing in my ears and just everything went white and I passed out.
Well, it was Bubido kind of speaks up. It seemed like it looked like when Jim Jar touched the mushroom that you dared him to do.
Jim Jar, did you hear any ringing when you passed out?
Well, I didn't pass out. I was just taking a nap. I got tired, that's all.
I don't think that was a nap there, bud.
Nope, no,
But
no
now-
ringing from me.
Everything also looks very weird. There's just white on the outside of everything. I have no idea what's going on.
Pupido will kind of like, well, that's. Wait, how do you normally see?
Well, normally anything outside of my vision, it's just black, but now it's just white.
Oh, it sounds like your vision got better.
How would that be better?
Well, you see like Bupido now.
That's how you see?
As he opens up his pure white, pupilless eyes looking at you. Of course.
Do you also hear a ringing in your ears all the time?
I don't know what you mean by that.
Just a sharp, piercing sound all the time in your ears.
Oh. Maybe?
Like, you know, sometimes when you get hit in the head and you just hear that sharp, piercing noise.
No, I've never experienced that.
Let's hope I don't pass out again.
Let's hope not.
Do you feel well enough to continue? It might be
Yeah,
a
I
touch
should-
of the radiation down here. We probably should get moving if everyone's rested and well.
I think we
I
all
should
are.
be able to.
Jim Jar, Rincewin, I know y'all were pretty beat up. How do you feel?
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, right as rain. Wait. Yeah. Well, I don't know what rain is, but I'm right as it. As that he actually says that. This deep gnome. But continuing, starting your journey for the day. The stone giant's crumbled body still nearby as you leave the area. Is everyone happy with what they're doing on the posted list? Navigation, scouting, mapping, foraging and camouflaging, and possible cooking.
I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I have drawn a great map up till now.
I was gonna say how you feeling, Malakar?
It's like 3 lines, yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Couple circles,
Yeah.
starting to resemble a stick figure as opposed to a map.
Yeah.
We lost most of our food, so I think I'm gonna go back to foraging.
All right.
Do you need help with the map, or
I mean,
Are you kidding? He's got this.
As he draws lines underneath his design, playing a game of hangman as we continue down the path.
yeah?
Fair enough. Starting your day out, after maybe an hour or so, this tunnel would come to a large cavern filled with multicolored funguses, some of them 50, 60 feet high, some of them illuminating some light. Not a lot, but it is there. You see, like, this low light hanging underneath the mushroom caps. Some of them are not lit, but plenty of them are. As you start to traverse under and kind of in little like under plateaus of mushrooms and mushrooms all around, getting your fill of visions of hues of mushrooms. Some of them more tube-like with holes in them, others some just like sheets of moss covering the space. It's this weird, like you would almost expect to see, like those of you that are from the top side, almost expect to see like a fairy down here, but not quite. And as you're kind of traveling through this, Jim Jar scouting up ahead. Yeah. Let's switch over to Jim and Chris. As you two are traveling along looking for any signs of anything through this essential mushroom forest, the pair of you spot a bald, deep gnome with a couple of pairs of gold earrings and a thick iron collar around his neck. Very similar to the one that Jim, your character, is wearing at the moment. Looks like he's trying to be sneaky to the best of his ability. You guys would see this guy as kind of locks eyes with the pair of you. I guess you two don't even know who you guys are. But we'll keep the illusion as you guys are in the darkness. This gnome kind of calls out, "Hey, are you all friends or foes? Nasties?" This is to Jim and Chris.
I will blink up towards it. Still keep, I don't know, 15 feet between us. Sort of crook my head to the side and look at it and say, "Maybe nasty friends?" And then grin really big, showing my nice teeth.
All right.
Don't mind him. We're friends. Hi there.
Hey, yeah, you look like you know things about this place. We're not sure where we're at.
Well, you're my home. Welcome.
Oh, it's good to be here. You wouldn't happen to know the direction to the Dark Lake, would you?
Dark Lake. Dark Lake. It's not right around here. Want to say it's a bit that way? As like I kind of points in two opposite directions. But no. It's we're gonna go over here. And I'm gonna point off in one specific direction. And say, you guys trying to leave here too? My new friend said that he's wanting to get out of here.
Yeah,
No, I
yeah.
said I want to get the hell out of here.
Right, that too. We're looking to get... I might know a way up. I just need to get over so we can go up, if that makes sense. But I'm here with a couple of mates. Ran into a bit of a tiff with some drow a while back, and we're just trying to you know, get to some proper civilization.
Well, it seems like a pretty good place, but I guess if you guys don't want to stick around, yeah, I can help you too. Promise my new friend here that I'd help him out, and yeah, if you guys want to come along, yeah, sure. Nice to meet you.
Oh, I'm Jim Jab, by the way. Pleasure.
Hi, Jim Jar. I'm a fun guy.
I,
Well, that's just what people call me.
I bet you are.
The other figure rolls his eyes.
Right. Well, come. I'll show you to my mates. Hey, and he kind of points to Jim's character, recognizing the collar on your neck. Samesies.
Yeah. And
All right. And he'll kind of like, well, come on, I was just doing a bit of scouting, but come meet the mates. There's a whole troop of them.
you seen any drow?
Yeah, we got one with us, but he doesn't seem to like the other ones. True
Eyes
story.
narrow.
He's got a collar too, just like yours and mine.
They're sneaky.
Oh, but I'm sneakier. You guys didn't even see me walk up. You guys very much saw him walk up.
Yeah, well, I'll look over at Fungi like, is he serious?
What? Seems like a nice guy.
The nicest. Oh, come on. I'll introduce you to the bunch. And the rest of you guys, usually Jim Jar's scouting as he goes ahead a little bit and then comes back and is like, yeah, we're going this way, goes ahead, like, so on and so forth throughout the day. Kind of wandering the path where he had kind of led you previously. As you guys are walking along, which one of you guys has the best passive perception? I think it's Rincewind. This kind of pathway, almost ledge, next to these larger mushrooms that you're a little wide. You could imagine this might be used for carts sometime or another. You would see kind of rising up over that ledge this large, maybe 7-8 foot wide spherical creature with a massive eye in the center of it lift up over the side of the ledge, creeping up next to part of your troop as you're passing by.
Holy. I'm just going to kind of side-eye it at first. And then turn my head kind of very obviously. I don't know where we are in the walking order or anything, but I'll just come to a stop and face it eye to eye. Eyes to eye.
It seems to be
Is it-
staring at the troop as a whole and starting to drift closer. Getting within 20 to 15 feet.
Oh.
Just slowly drifting silently.
Okay. Look alive, everybody.
As you say, look alive, everybody, you would see Topsy and Turvy. Actually, it would be Topsy kind of looking at a couple of mushrooms, kind of about to poke one. And you would hear this horrible screeching noise as she pokes this mushroom. Just like like the worst screeching you've ever heard, as underneath all of you, and including Jim, Chris, and Jim Jar, as you're kind of walking back to the path, seeing a group of people down the way, you would hear the screaming as these purple mushrooms just extend up from the ground with these pinkish kind of tendrils around them, kind of pocked with dark holes within them. And I'm gonna bring you guys to a map.
Oh boy. Topsy did this?
Topsy did do it. As you guys are traveling along. And we're gonna roll some initiative. As you would see this large spherical creature off to the side there as well. Make sure you can see. Some of you can see better than others.
And the tradition continues.
And now it probably,
Ooh.
while we're rolling initiative, what does the other troop see as you two, along with Jim Jar, round the corner essentially and start coming into the light? Jim and Chris, your characters.
You see a about 5.5 foot tall hooded figure. Some of you may know what this is. He's Tabaxi, very much with tiger coloration. He has some sort of glint of metal on his face as well. You can't really tell what that's about from this distance. His robes have definitely seen better days. He has a spear, and you think what you see hanging at his waist looks like a beaten up and old frying pan. But yeah, he looks just like that.
Fair enough. And fungi.
And for me, you're going to see a shorter, about 3'2", looks like almost a walking mushroom. Yep. As he approaches, he definitely has the appearance of what was, at least at some point, a small-sized humanoid creature, but his skin is grayish, like it is not quite alive, and he is growing more mushrooms out of him, like you would almost imagine a decaying log. But he is walking up with this big smile, with his staff in hand, like he's, top of the world kind of a thing. Just happy to be here. Yeah, big red mushroom cap on the top of his head, and
All right.
yeah, just big walking mushroom man.
Yeah. Our viewers can see a very full image of him as well,
Nice.
which is great. But coming to these mushrooms, these fungus sprout from the ground with these kind of pinkish tendrils around you. And yeah, Casmus, you are up first as these mushrooms just sprout. Not that music. Played the wrong.
There's one nearby, so I'm gonna move closer and I'm gonna use Shocking Grasp on it.
All right.
So we're gonna move closer to this one.
Yeah.
Use Shocking Grasp.
As you reach out to grab it, you do touch this violet mushroom and shock it. Go and roll me some damage. As electricity crackles around it. Anything else for Casmus?
Nope, that's gonna be it.
All right, taking us to Malakar. One of these things sprouted right in front of you.
Yeah, I'm immediately going to take a swing at it.
All right. Give me that swing. 12's gonna hit it. As it takes 4 points of slash damage. Not getting. It's a little smaller than you anticipated. You thought it was going to keep growing, but it stopped growing. You just kind of chop off a little bit off the top. Anything else for Malakar?
Nope, that'll be it for me.
All right. Rincewind. And
Okay.
everyone would see the spherical creature up north as well.
Okay.
Looks like it's got one beady eye in the center of it staring at you all.
Oh man. None of these things have really acted yet.
They all rolled really
So-
bad initiative.
Oh,
They
okay.
got a -1 and a -3, so you're in luck.
Oof. Okay. I guess so. I'm going to. Who do I have next to me? I've got.
As this is the one that is screeching. It's just this loud shrieking that is continuous throughout the whole time.
Okay, I'm going to fire away at that thing with Thorn Whip.
All right.
See if I can shut it up from range.
As you lash out a viney whip of thorns. Yeah, go for it. 20 absolutely hits it as it's just kind of wavering there. As it's wavering, the holes in its cap seem to be catching the air, and that's what's causing that shrieking noise, as it's just kind of like those whirly sticks that the woo woo woo. You know what I mean?
Great.
That's kind of what
Yeah.
that's kind of what it's doing, but it's this higher pitch because smaller holes.
Okay, and then think I. Oops. Where there? For 3 piercing.
Do you want to pull it closer?
Yeah, can I yank it out of the ground, see if I can shut it up?
You can absolutely yank it out of the ground, going 10 feet closer to you. Yeah.
Yes.
As
So
you
kinda
yank
like
it closer,
right there on the other side
You
of-
yank it out of the ground as it whirls through the air, shrieking out.
And I'm going to, as a bonus action, blow into my fingers again and cast Zephyr Strike.
All right. As you have been Zephyrized.
Okay, let's see. I'm gonna post it for the.
Anything else for Rincewind?
And then I'm going to use my movement to get up here to see if I can keep that, if that creature's eye is going to track on me or if it's going to stay on Topsy, I guess.
All right.
And then I'll end my turn.
That'll take us to Fungi.
I'm going to assume that none of these things seem natural to my regular home, and these are not just the regular mushrooms I've already
I'll
been.
let you, as a
knowing.
free action, give me a nature check. For funsies.
An 8. Oh,
Because you
that's
would,
not good.
you would know.
That's interesting. It's D&D Beyond didn't pass that through. Give me 1 second. I'll do it on here.
minus 5 points for D&D Beyond. With a 17 on a nature check. Yeah, you've seen these before. These are what's known as violet funguses. Usually fine as long as you keep a distance from them. They tend to whap out erratically at any creature and drain life from them to help them self-sustain life.
Okay.
They are natural. They don't usually sprout up like this though. That part is unnatural.
All right, so I will obviously then try to hold them back for the sake of all my new friends. Here, do I have any knowledge of any existing like weakness? Like, do I know if they're like extra susceptible to whether it's fire or necrotic, or do I know anything like that?
They die just the same as any other plant.
Okay.
I would say fire, not necessarily more or less.
Then I will start by. We'll figure out how to do this then on Roll20 if I can't do it on D&D Beyond. Activating the symbiotic entity.
Okay.
One of those, using one of the wild shapes for that, so that I have the extra hit points.
Yeah.
And all my other attacks now do a little extra damage. And I'm just going to start by taking a whack at him with my quarterstaff.
All right.
All right.
7 is going to be a hit. As they are little mushrooms, they can very much easily get hit. 7 plus a D6, I believe you said.
Yeah.
As it takes 12 points of damage.
Oh, it's obviously I meant the one right in front of me as opposed to the one to the right,
Yeah.
of course.
I gotcha. And as you kind of whack into it, it kind of just squishes down. That you can see it breaking apart pretty easily from that whack.
Down. Down. Bad things.
Anything else?
No
for
hurting.
Fun guy.
Nope, that's it.
All right, Weller, you got one in front of you as well.
Yeah, let's go ahead and take a swing on that guy. Use the old glaive.
Swing with your glaive. Glaive, 14 hits. For a big 9 points of slashing damage as you kind of slice a good sliver off of it. And it just kind of falls to the ground and almost immediately deteriorates.
That will be it for that turn.
All right. Simple and sweet. Taking us to... We didn't learn his name yet, but I know it. Taking us to Jim, your character.
All right. He will immediately take some sort of fancy fighting stance. And he will strike out with his spear at that one right there.
All right. Striking away, a 24 will hit. For 7 points of piercing damage, you stab a hole into it.
And with a bonus action, I will make an unarmed strike.
What kind of unarmed strike you doing? You kicking it or what?
Yeah. Kick it.
All right. 17 also hits. For 5 points of bludgeoning damage, you kind of spear into it and just go in for a kick. It just kind of like knocks over for a second as it kind of like rights itself.
And that is all.
All right. That will take us to the NPCs. So we'll start with Jim Jar. Jim Jar is pretty simple. He's gonna go in and stab the one that this cat person stabbed at. As best he can. Plus 2, 6. As he like looks up at you, gives a nod, and just goes in and just slices down, or kind of slices up from it, from the root to stem, as he slices into it, and then quickly runs around, meeting the other one in its backside. Oh, I've got you! As he also hits that one for 3. The other gang, Topsy and Turvy will... Well, Topsy's going to stab at the shrieking thing. Barely hitting. She stabs it for 7. And Turvy's going to run in with his dagger and flank it, stabbing it as well. Also hitting. Nip, stop making noise! And he just kind of cuts it, like, top off as it kind of whirls and screams as its top goes flying and falls to the ground, lifeless. Yeah. Bupido will in turn... He's got his hooked thing. Little hooked spear that he made. It does hit. And those of you watching will see that, yes, I am rolling Jim Jar's attacks because they're about the same. Actually, I think they are the same for this one. As he stabs into the one that Casmus electrically shocked. Shushar just steps away from the fight. Like, oh, this is not good for me. That'll take us to this big old spore. That kind of bumps into Topsy, this big spherical creature looking at Topsy and just kind of bumps into her. Actually hitting. As Topsy screeches out. Like, ah! What is that? Taking us to all these boys. Yep, okay. So here's a fun one. So, 3 attacks. We'll go with 2 on Fungi and 1 on Jim Jar. Fungi got a 6 and a 6 to hit.
How did you say it? Well, either way, that's not gonna
Yeah.
happen.
As it's just kind of flailing around wildly, and got a 5 to hit Jim Jar. As this thing is like nearly squished and stabbed. It is not looking good. However, against Malakar, one of its tendrils lashes out at you, getting a 13 to hit.
That'll be a miss.
Against Weller, 2 tendrils reach out towards you, getting a 21 and a 10 to hit.
Of course it's a hit.
As you take 4 points of necrotic damage. And against Casmus and Bupido, Casmus got a 20, Bupido got a 5.
Casmus, it hits.
As Casmus, one of these tendrils lashes around your leg, and you just feel the rotten decay immediately cold sensation as you take 5 points of necrotic damage. And that will take us to Casmus.
He's gonna throw an Eldritch Blast at that thing that just popped
Perfect.
on Topsy. So
A 10 hits. Absolutely. As you hit this large spherical thing, and kind of as it's getting closer, it seems like it doesn't have... You kind of half expected eye stalks to be hanging from it, but it seems to have like just roots all around it. As it's just looking at Topsy. And as your Eldritch Blast, these, was it red and blue energy arcs?
purple and
Red and
yeah,
purple and blue?
red and yeah.
Or red and purple?
I
It makes purple.
actually don't remember.
I think
Yeah.
yours is red and blue, as it kind of twists towards it and arcs right through it, just like a balloon, as it explodes, and this cloud of dust fills the air. I will need Malakar, Rincewind, and Casmus to give me Constitution saving throws. Malakar and Rincewind each take 9 points of poison damage. And you are poisoned. As this big, like almost dust cloud or spore cloud explodes in the area.
Oof.
That's rough.
As you guys just suddenly inhale a bunch of shit. Anything else for Casmus? I should have mentioned your attack should have been made at disadvantage.
Oh yeah,
It's too late. I'm not going back on it now.
That will be it.
All right. I'll take us to Malakar as this cloud of spores just kind of exudes towards you. What are you doing?
Well, I'm gonna take another swing at the little guy in front of me.
All right.
Where's it at? It is.
It will be at disadvantage, but getting a natural one, no need to roll again, as you are poisoned. This cloud kind of filling there, you just swing wildly, missing your target. Anything else for Malakar?
Nope. That'll be it.
I'll take us to Rincewind.
I guess I'll take a shot at this one with my Thorn Whip and see if I can pull it away from it's not gonna be enough, but what the hell. Pull it away from Casmus, see if he can get some distance to blast it.
Fair enough. We'll be at disadvantage.
Okay. Bloop. Oof.
11 hits.
Hey, woohoo.
As you do pull it 10 feet closer towards you.
For 4.
And it will take 4.
And then I am going to zip all the way over here.
All right.
And then my turn.
Before I forget, Casmus, you did take 5 points of poison damage from the cloud for half.
Do I have to make another saving throw at the end of my turn?
I want to look at it, but no, wrong thing. But I don't want to look at it because I know
Me
what it
neither.
is.
Because I can't believe I just said that out loud.
No, at the end of your turn, you're no longer poisoned.
Ooh, even better. Now end my turn.
That'll take us to fungi.
All right. Just gonna try and keep taking care of the little guy right in front of me. So move forward. Yeah. And
6 hits. And you're actually flanking, so it would be an 8 plus 2. But a 6 will hit.
okay, and so as I kind of just take my quarterstaff and just whack it along the side, I'm gonna give it 5 regular damage.
And is the other necrotic?
Yeah, the other one's gonna be, and this is gonna be necrotic and 4 necrotic.
As you slam into it, it just kind of rots down to what little root system it has and starts to wither away immediately.
All right, and now nothing else right around me. I'm gonna move up and I'm gonna move towards where I cured people before.
All right.
Try to stay in some light.
I gotcha. I'll take us to
All right.
Weller.
All right, I'm gonna attack the same guy that I did last time.
Yeah, with your glaive.
My glaive.
It's French.
It is. That's right.
It means glaive. 17 will hit. Yeah, as you cleave it in two, I will definitely hit it. And it is no more. You make a couple of swings with your glaive, and it's just no longer there.
Just like cutting grass.
Yep.
I will go ahead and use some movement because I'm tired of standing still and go on the other side of this one for Malakar.
All right.
That'll be it.
Taking us to Kitty Cat.
Meow.
Okay. All right, you guys will see Kitty Cat Man take off at a blurring pace, and I will utilize my feline agility to get here,
All right.
and he will dab at the shroom, kind of jumping in with his spear.
All right. Stabby stab. That's going to be a hit for 8 points of piercing.
And as he pulls the spear back out, he will sort of rotate the spear to under his arm, holding it in the crook of his arm, and then he will bonus action smash at it.
Bonus action smash. Smash away. 16 hits. For 6 points of bludgeoning, as it is just barely enough smashed to where it does not, its tendrils kind of go limp there.
And he'll awkwardly and uncomfortably grin at the other two standing right there. That's it.
All right. I'll take us to Jim Jar and the crew. Jim Jar is going to run around and shoot a crossbow at this guy. hitting it. As he nails it, Bupido runs up and stabs it as well. Topsy and Turvy kind of coughing and looking at each other awkwardly as the last fungus does fall to the ground. And as they all do fall to the ground, you would see them all shrivel up and almost turn into like spores essentially, as they are no longer essentially there. The only ones that would remain is like the skin, like the flat, like the what's left over of a balloon right there, and the top half of the whirly boy, the shrieking thing. And we'll hop out of combat there. As the rest of you see, there is a couple of new faces amongst the crew. Jim Jar will kind of shout it. Oh, I found these guys walking along. Thought they might be able to help. One of them's a fungi.
Hi, everybody.
We can see that.
Jim Jar, there will come a time that you and I need to have a conversation of exactly what scouting looks like.
Well, it was all clear, right?
Yeah, the purpose of scouting isn't exactly to bring people back to us or to disappear for extended amounts of time like you did last time.
Well,
We might need to re-examine your role in the marching order.
I was coming back. I thought it was... But look at him. He's got his mushroom. He probably knows the layout. He said it's his own.
Yeah, I'm sorry about. I guess you might say cousins. I don't know. We're not close. Sorry about all that. But yeah, you guys were trying to get out of here too. I mean, I think it's a nice place if you don't. But you're welcome to hang out and stay. But if you guys got to go, I can help you out.
I mean, we gotta get these manacles out off ourselves. Can't help with that.
Yeah. You can take a look, but I don't think there's really much I can do about those things. They're all those really hard, shiny rocks, man. It's not like my stuff I got here. I mean, I can take a look, but not much I feel like I'm going to be able to really help with getting those things off.
And then there's this, whatever that guy is. He's got matching collars.
The tabaxi is looking in a very interested manner at the tiefling.
Which one?
The one that looks like a tiefling.
Yeah.
Ooh, secrets. And is, got his head crooked a little and is looking up at him. I'm assuming he's taller.
Actually, how tall? I think Malakar's only like 5'10", 5'8".
Oh, well.
Or is he 6 foot?
I think he was right at 6 foot.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
I remember right.
Some
The
say
cat's
5'11".
like
The both
5.5
ways.
feet tall. So he looks like he twists his head a little, and you see one of his ears twitch, and he says, "My name is Thunder at Dusk. You appear injured."
Just slightly.
And then in a blinding flash, Thunder at Dusk punches the tiefling in the face, healing him for 8 points of damage.
As it feels like it's almost he hit a pressure point when he punched you, and the blood kind of flows back to your necrotic wounds as they heal over. You get 8 hit points, Malakar.
As I'm stunned, I look and I was like, "Oh, thank you, I guess."
I look forward to having to strike you again.
And my name is Malakar, by the way.
Thunder at Dusk seems uninterested. He just sort of walks off, wanders off, just looking around. Pacing a little.
I think Weller observes that interaction and is one that is a bit different as well. Just for the first time, would kind of chuckle under his breath a bit, showing a slight moment of lightheartedness.
Just kind of looking around confused.
Yeah, I think we're all
I
confused
passed out,
too.
and then I got hit in the face by
A
the
strange,
supposed to be helping me. Yeah.
You're having
Yeah.
a day.
Thunder at Dusk, you would see what looks to be a fish person walk up, dressed in kind of rags and a walking stick. I guess it was fated to meet you all. I am Shushar the Awakened.
Are you normally sleeping?
Nah. Once I
Nice.
was. Now I am awake. You see, my people are in a slumber of their own. I simply wish to enlighten them of their ways.
He's also
Sounds
a
fun.
coward, always hiding from fights.
I accept my fate as it comes, but I will
Alright.
not fight it.
Who has stool?
Dusk is trying very hard not to lick his lips.
Topsy has too.
Topsy and Turvy kind of shying away from new people. Give a glance over as they're both kind of coughing a little bit. Well,
Topsy and Turvy have stool.
Turvy does. And it's like in his backpack.
Weller would walk over there and ask if Stool recognizes anything about this place.
And then you would see a maybe foot tall grayish mushroom creep out of the backpack of one of these two deep gnomes. Well, it's pretty. It looks similar to home. I don't know where it is, but it's real nice.
I'm definitely going. One guy's going to walk up to the other mushroom and say, and I'm going to try and talk to him spore to spore. I know how he normally would talk with others. I'm just going to directly talk to you.
It's just spores.
You're all in here.
You guys got a private line.
Yeah, I'm just saying hello and welcome and all that kind of stuff. Nothing.
Alright, hey.
DMs.
I'm Stool. I'm from the Neverland Grove. I want to go home.
Oh, I've heard of that place. Yeah, that's well, that's that a ways. You want to go there?
Yeah.
You're welcome here if you like.
No, I gotta go home.
Okay, can help you get home too. Everybody gets to go home.
Okay.
Never said I wanted to go home.
I like this guy.
Like you too. You want to be best friends?
No.
Oh, that's okay too.
Maybe later, though.
All right.
That was the interaction I was hoping for by engaging Stool.
That's fair.
Thank you all.
Turvey, because it's in Turvey's backpack, he kind of like backs away a little bit. Yeah, right. Whatever you said. We're just looking to get out of these shackles. Hoping to go to Gracklestug. Yeah, they got smiths and stuff there. I don't know what the fuck that thing was, though. Fucking thought it was some eye monster.
It looked like it.
Wasn't
And
fun.
then it just blew up. Hope you guys are alright, Turvey. Didn't get hit by the poison?
We kind of looks to Topsy. And for the first time, they look hurt. As they both look kind of winded. Topsy like, yeah, we're fine. Don't worry about us, but just get the fuck out of this place and get out of go get these collars off. And the Darrow will kind of step forward. Scruffled beard, somehow always poofed out exactly like he manicured it that way. Hair less so. Well, I'm Bupito. We would love to have you help us get to Gracklestug. Maybe, I think these all would like to go elsewhere after. I don't know if they're wanting to go topside or what, but we're trying to get to Gracklestug.
Thought we were trying to get to Sloopadoop.
Oh,
We
yes,
were
the
getting to
Sloopa-
Sloopy-Doop, then take the
Sloopadoop
boat across.
first. Yes, hopefully getting a boat. If the fish people have boats, kind of looks to Shushar. I think I have seen it. Yes, so we're hoping to get to the lake, essentially.
Okay. You can definitely get to the lake. That's not a problem.
I'll go anywhere to get these damn things off.
Yeah, I think we all will.
And somehow the tabaxi has contorted itself where it's trying to use its back leg to push off one of its manacles.
You all fight well. You're welcome to tag along. At least for now.
You guys want to go?
Yeah, can we, is there anything, not value, but sustenance or looking for like food, water, anything like that?
I would say.
Oh, you guys are hungry? I got you. I can help with
You
that.
hear a couple stomachs
yeah.
growling.
All right. Let me go. What do I do? Why do I keep closing this? See, I'm so used to have just this all on my other tab. I will. I'm going to cast Goodberry and generate 10. Well, they're not going to they're going to kind of sprout up out of my hands. They're not going to be like berries. They're going to look like little berry-sized mushrooms. And I'm going to offer.
Do they just like appear
How many people do we have in
in
this
your
party?
hand?
I lost track.
There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 if you include yourself.
Well, I didn't take any there, so I'm not going to include myself. So I'm going to hand one out to each person here. And go ahead, have one. They'll make you feel a little better.
Jim Jar will immediately put it in his mouth if given. Oh, that's not half bad.
That should fill your bellies for the day.
I don't know if I trust somebody named Fun Guy, and they're handing out berries that just appeared out of nowhere. Like
He's handing out mushrooms.
I've been to
Yeah,
enough concerts that I know how this ends.
Bupido will follow suit and eat it, as will Shushar.
Casman's just gonna put it in because
They're
he's
good.
really hungry.
Yeah, I'll eat it.
You all get 1 hit point, and
All right.
feel your thirst quenched, as you hadn't had anything to drink since yesterday. And you also feel pretty full. Not hungry at all. Like this little berry-sized mushroom. As you swallow it, you can feel it sitting in your stomach pretty well. Topsy and Turvy are very hesitant, but they will eventually eat the good berry.
Dusk will make a ritual of licking it first, smelling it, licking it again, and then carefully eat it.
Before we head out, can I just check on the whatever creatures they were that still left something behind and see if what the bodies were has any sort of medicinal value with like between nature and like
Absolutely.
herbalism kit knowledge?
Sorry. Yeah, give me a nature check. See what is around. You know what? I'll give you advantage on it because mushrooms and your mushroom.
I was gonna say he's a mushroom. He's gotta have advantage on nature, right?
Yeah,
He is
for
nature.
For mushroom stuff, absolutely. All right. So with a 17, looking these over, the previous ones that you were right next to, those were violet funguses. Not an uncommon sight. Usually just keep your distance and you're fine. The smaller one that was sending out the shrieking noises, what's called a shrieker. Harmless, but they do make awful noises when touched. Oftentimes they are grown specifically for like alarms. And then the other one is what's known as a gas spore. Very deadly. Mimic the shape of a beholder. And kind of like a defense mechanism, or kind of a way to help itself further, like procreation. Hoping to sneak up on unsuspecting prey and hoping that they either explode it or, if it has a chance, to bump into them. With a 17. So this thing, if you breathe its spores in and it affects you and it infects you, you don't have long to live. You would estimate about a day before the infection spreads and kills the infected, at which point more gas spores are produced from the corpse.
All right, I have 3 follow-ups. One,
Uh-huh.
I forget. Has anybody been in any threat of being infected that we know of?
Well, it did explode and several people breathed it in.
Okay. Would I have any knowledge on how to treat it in case, to help prevent death and infection and whatnot for those who are exposed?
I will say that would be give me an herbalism tools check with wisdom or intelligence.
Yeah, bear with because I haven't done this before with
You're good. It'll ask you what ability
So,
score you
yeah.
want to use, and With a 10, it is hard to come by. I would say you wouldn't know of anything immediately, but surely there's some way to get rid of it.
Or at least know something maybe to look for out along the path that could help.
I would say in terms of herbs, you're kind of falling short of what would be necessary.
And then last question, which I'm going to assume I know the answer to, there isn't anything I could cultivate from it that would be medically beneficial then for the future.
No,
Other to hold on
all
to
that's
it.
left is like a husk. It doesn't really have any residue of any spores or anything left. But I will say with your 17 nature, anything that can remove diseases will remove the possibility of this happening. It will get rid of the spores inside of the vessel.
What spells that I think tomorrow? Oh. Okay. Well, I figure out if I can do that at least for you guys tomorrow, maybe. Anybody who's at risk.
If they live that long.
Dun dun dun.
But your best guess is it probably takes less than a day to take hold.
Heard the wrong spells to keep any of you guys potentially alive.
Do you let the group know?
That was my question.
Yeah, I would definitely not be the kind of person that's going to hide. Did anybody breathe? Anybody breathe this guy in?
I think some of us did, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I most
Okay.
definitely did.
So
Topsy turvy and boop it over look at each
everything's
other.
fine. You don't gotta worries. We're just gonna keep an eye on you, pals. Because that could have been a little not so great for you. But don't worry, we're gonna take care of it. All right? Just
How bad?
what do you mean?
You're trying to hide something there.
Yeah. it
No,
definitely seems
no,
like you're
no,
hiding
no, no.
something.
He's
Should I
just
do it-
he
should I do
can make a
check?
little bit of sick, and I don't want you to worry.
A little
And
bit of
it's gonna be
sick?
okay.
What
Yeah.
does that mean?
Well, it's hard to say. Usually the people that get sick from it, they don't come by again, so I couldn't tell you what it ends up like.
So is a little bit of sick the same thing as a whole lot of dead?
That's possible. That's possible.
Do you know how to cure it?
I might have some ideas. I might have to sleep on it. Well, I might be able to figure out something in the after a while. I don't sleep, but I'll figure out something.
Well, we don't really have a choice, do we?
I may have a way to possibly help us. I can use my lay on hands to cure diseases and sicknesses.
How many of us breathed it in?
Topsy and Turvy
saw-
both raise their hands.
I saw you. Okay, so that's
Rincewind
two. I saw you did, Malachor. I did. Who else?
Rincewind will very sheepishly raise his hand too.
So that's 5 of us.
Boopido does not raise his hand, but you did see him get affected a little bit. He passed his save, though.
I think I may be able to help 3 of us right now, but the rest would have to wait.
Help Topsy and Turvy, probably. They look really hurt.
Topsy will be like, no, I'm fine. Definitely help Turvy out though. And Turvy will be like, where do you mean?
He's gonna help both of you. That's not an argument.
Kind of shrugs. Topsy will be like, well, if there's 5 of us, draw straws?
No. You guys seem to be hurt a lot more than anyone else.
Oh no, I think Malakar should take care of himself first and foremost. And then we'll see how the day goes on. I don't know. But if we lose Malakar, then we lose any chance of helping ourselves. So I think he should be our priority.
Agreed.
Well, should heal yourself, Malakor, and then
Who gets
I'm gonna keep an eye out on these 2 gnomes.
So I can help 2 of us then, other than myself.
Jimdar will say, we'll keep an eye on it and we'll see what happens, I guess.
Yeah, I think Malakar, let's just take care of yourself for right now, and then if later this evening before we sell down for the night, if it looks like any of us are in pretty dire need, we'll take care of it then.
All right. So I'm going to use 5 charges on myself.
All right, noted. And as you guys kind of gather yourselves to go on the next leg of your journey, now with a fungi and a cat person. Some of you guys don't know what a cat is. I would say, well, actually, all of you guys would. The Underdark folk have no idea. But now with a couple of strangers, one of them who seems very knowledgeable about spores and this foreboding possible doom. That's where we'll take our little 5-10 minute break and pick up here at about
Nice.
5 till.
All right.
You might say that he collects
Sounds good.
spores, molds, and fungus.
That's, you might. All right, gang. We'll see y'all here in a few.
All right.
All right.
So yeah, welcome back. Last we left off, there was an encounter with a cat person, Tabaxi, and a little fungus guy. And as they were approaching the rest of the group, Jim Jar bringing them back, there was an assault by these odd contingent of mushrooms. One of them apparently very deadly. Regrouping a little bit, agreeing to take these two with you, or one of them agreeing to help you guys out and seemingly joining forces for now. You start your trek once again, with Malachar healing himself so that he may heal others later, hopefully.
As we're walking away, I'm saying goodbye to literally every mushroom.
That's fair.
Bye, Steve. Bye, Stacy. Bye, Tina. Bye, Mary. Bye, Mark. Bye, Howard. Bye, Jim. Bye, Ray.
You're gonna have to stop me because I'll keep going.
I think, at least for the NPCs, they're just intrigued by this and kind of shrug along like, yeah, that's what you do. Topsy and Turvy are definitely kind of keeping their distance after hearing about the spore situation. And going through this mushroom forest seems massive and expansive. Doing your best. Rincewind, still trying to navigate. Go ahead and give me a survival check.
A survival check.
Or not
Rincewind or Weller.
Weller.
Yeah, okay.
Weller. I'm so sorry. I promise that's the last time I'm going to do it.
That's
Weller.
probably not true.
Weller with
Yeah,
the
we don't
it's,
believe
it's
that.
not. I promise I'm going to try harder. Yeah, Weller. 15. Pretty good. Navigating your way through after so many goodbyes by fungi and to just mushrooms. Jim Jar
Family.
stays a little closer after that. But after about 2 or 3 hours, you do find a tunnel, kind of purplish rock that seems to be going in the direction you need. And continuing on like this for a while through this, it's just this one tunnel. It doesn't have any offshoots or anything as you start to traverse through it. But after about an hour or two of traveling, Rincewind feels like absolute dog shit. Don't know why, but you're feeling sluggish. Breathing is kind of hard, labored. And you would see Topsy and Turvy kind of dragging behind a little bit themselves.
Okay. I'm obviously starting to feel it a little bit. But I'll try to carry on as stoically as possible, I guess.
Is there anything I can try and do to at least slow down the infection? It's like magic, it's the use of the cure wounds or anything like that to
I would say
hold it off.
you need higher magic than a cure wounds to stave this off. Essentially, Rincewind, Topsy, and Turvy all have the poison condition now. And like even every time they breathe, like, the longer it kind of sets in, you start to see this almost dust coming from their mouths. Like when it's really cold and you can see your breath, but it's dust. And feel your chest aching.
If
Not concerning.
none of them resist, Dusk wants to examine them to try to make a medicine check to estimate how much longer they have before this becomes no way back.
Topsy and Turvy
You're
will
not gonna
resist.
punch me in the face again, are you?
I mean, you'll flinch every time he walks past you, but
It's
Yeah.
just like, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, give me a medicine check.
Goes in for a high five, and everybody's terrified of him.
Little
The
It
hurts so
25
good.
medicine. You've seen similar infections like this. You would estimate about 3 to 4 hours.
Yeah, he will announce to the group they do not have long at all, maybe 3 or 4 hours.
great.
I would assume that they're slowing the progress too, trying to keep up
Topsy and
with us.
Turvy are definitely lagging behind.
All right, we need to make a decision and handle this now.
Malachor, do you think you can at least try to heal Rincewind with your lay on hands?
I can attempt to heal 2.
Topsy will kind of like catch up to the rest of the group, leaving Turvy behind, giving him a nod. Yeah, Turvy's not doing so good. What if... Could you heal my brother?
I could do Rincewind and Turvy.
And she kind of
Everyone
like
seems all right with that.
looks up a little bit with like almost puppy dog eyes and just gives a nod. I understand.
Do you?
Unless anyone has any other objections, I will attempt to
We have a choice.
heal them too.
Knowing there's no good choice here, Dusk won't say anything.
All right, well then I will place my hand on Rincewind and Turvy and use my lay on hands.
Turvy doesn't understand what's happening. He wasn't really there for the conversation. As he catches up and you heal him. Like, you got Topsy too, right? And Topsy just kind of like pats him on the shoulder. Yeah, we'll be all right. All right.
Oh, I hate this.
Yeah, I don't like this already.
Oops. Sorry. I didn't mean to post that. I was looking for the info button.
They are diseased.
Yes.
You detected it. Good job.
But kind of as you kind of touch them, it kind of draws out these spore-like globules of light that just kind of dissipate as they exit their mouths. You guys continue
going.
onward?
Yes.
All right. Another hour or so passes through this long, winding tunnel. Occasionally you'll see these glimmer of rock within, but it's just kind of a trick of the rock. It's not like glowing crystals or anything. It's just this like shimmer as you pass by in the darkness, as it is dark. And I would say for fungi, first time in a while you've been outside of the mushroom forest, so there is no light within these tunnels.
As we're walking, I'm going to just keep casting produce flame. Hold like basically a flame in my hand. It's not going to give me a lot of light, but it's going to give me 10 feet of bright light and then 10 feet of dim light past that. At least have something as we're walking.
It does give you some. But after some more time passes, it seems like there's this slight incline and it starts to open up, and you can see that you are nearing a ledge. You can also see that masses of spider webs stretch across this ledge. The ledge continues along the side of this cliff, almost like a passageway there. But you come to this space where you just see this ever-expanding expanse, at least for those of you that can see in the dark. And Rincewind, you can see a lot of this webbing as far as you can see, stretching out across like hundreds of feet. Thick webbing.
You
Very
mean
thick.
Weller again?
No, this was Rincewind.
Okay.
Is it like
He's got the best dark vision. 300 feet.
is it particularly dense? Like
A lot of
you
it
know,
is
like-
particularly dense. Like so many thick strands that have been. I imagine the spiders that strung this web, but it. You would imagine, actually, Weller, fungi, and I'd let Rincewind give me a history check. Say Weller at advantage. All right. Not bad. But Weller, you know for a fact, you've heard of this place. And it is actually rather close to the Dark Lake, or at least part of it is. This is what's known as the Silken Paths. Occasionally, Dwergar or Drow will traverse it to using spider rides, like spider riding, or Dwergar use what's called steeders, which are kind of like spiders, but they're more spindly legged creatures to traverse vast distances much quicker. Fungi and Rincewind, along with everyone else at this point, would kind of realize this is, well, everyone besides Fungi actually, and Thunder at dusk. This is what Blurg was talking about.
Okay.
We try to go across.
So how they used spiders to cross this thing, or what'd you say they were?
Yeah, steeders.
Steeders.
Which are just bigger. They're spiders, but some of them aren't big enough to ride, like pack animals.
Okay. How thick are some of the bigger ropes? Are they like
Some of them
diameter
are
wise?
like 5 feet wide. Others are
Oh wow.
really thin. A lot of cobwebs, smaller webbing in between this stuff, but this massive, like, man, you don't see any spiders inside.
That was gonna be my question.
We're gonna.
Do webs
What?
appear sticky or anything like that? Like the big thick ones?
Do you go grab one?
I'll touch one. I don't know if I want to grab it per se.
Let me go. I'll grab it.
All right.
Let me grab that.
Okay.
As you start to reach
Yep.
out to touch one guy's like, no, let me. And he just goes and grabs one of these webs. Fungi, I need a strength saving throw.
Okay. All right. I got it back up.
No, I gotcha.
We're being real
I'll make
touchy
sure I'm in the right
tonight. Touching webs, grabbing rocks.
A 16. You pull your hand free as you can see it vibrating a little bit. And it's fine. It's pretty sticky, but you were able to get yourself free. But as you pull it free, you hear this vibration as about half a dozen or so large tarantula-like spiders clamber up around you.
That seems about right.
And bring you to a map, and we're gonna roll initiative once again.
Great.
They might be nice.
I just gotta move Fungi up.
I don't know if this has been said tonight, but I hate this place.
Yeah, I haven't said it. I've been saving it. I've been saving it.
And
Everything wants to kill us.
I've been
2
saving
hours,
it,
13
but-
minutes.
Rincewind
But
was,
yes.
Go ahead, 2 hours, 13
yeah,
minutes.
Yeah, Rincewind was about to touch it, so that's why I'm moving you up there.
I will concur. For tonight's session, this place fucking sucks.
Yeah, you're doing fine.
So,
Okay.
with my let me go ahead and roll initiative. With my 17 history,
Mm-hmm.
get the initiative out of the way. Jesus, dude.
Someone has my dice.
Sharing is
With
caring.
with my 17 history, the spiders that are typically ridden in this area, are they? I'm assuming that they are specific. They've been tamed. It's not like
Yeah.
the spiders that we just came across would be
Some-
willing to offer us rides.
Some drow worshippers of Loth do speak to spiders and can convince them, usually giving a gift of food or something. And by food, I mean like bodies for them to eat. But as a number of spiders clamber up to the side, spiders go first. As they rush up to you all. Going for Bitey McBiting. Go back to some music.
Did you say music?
Yeah, music. Yeah, this is music.
Oh
isn't it?
God. No, it would be Celine Dion and Mariah Carey and
As one of them tries to bite Jim Jar, missing. Another tries to bite Rincewind, getting a 15.
That's a miss.
One tries to run up to Fungi, getting a 19 to hit.
That does hit.
Or, sorry, getting a 20 to hit.
Still definitely hits that.
He is not wanting to roll the damage. That's fine.
shucks.
Fungi, I need a Constitution save. Alright, what is the DC? As you take 5 points of piercing and 2 points of poison damage.
I have resistance against poison. Does that
Then you
stick
take
to, or-
1 point of poison damage.
I'm sorry, what did you say was the piercing?
5 piercing and 1 poison then.
I'm just double checking to see if I still have the effects of my 10 hit points from before if they wore off.
I think it lasts until.
Yeah, trying to think. I think they all. Okay, yeah, so they wore off.
Bupido gets hit. And Bupido takes a shitload of damage.
No.
As he lets out a scream. Oh no! However, in the back. I'm gonna roll for it. A spider hidden does attack Turvy.
Lord.
Turvy takes a shitload of damage too. Well, not a shitload. Turvy takes a little bit of damage. Turvy takes very little damage, actually. Seemingly the bite didn't hurt him that much, but the injection of poison did. I'll take us to Fungi.
Alright, this is my action to use my other wild shape and transform into a male steeder.
Alright. Because now you guys will get to see a steeder.
And my action, but can I try?
What does it look like as you transform into this?
Kind of what I expect. Just my body just starts mutating, and just legs start popping out. My head starts turning. My red cap head starts moving back and turning into that shell that you kind of see on top of there. The other legs start popping out from my chest and everything like that as I then kind of fall forward onto the webs with this new form. And can I, as part of my turn, just see if I can move and dance as spiders might do to try and convince these other ones to leave us alone, we are friendly or something like that, or just
I would say it would use an action to try to do so. But I'll let you give me a persuasion at disadvantage. How about that? As your bonus action.
Just I'm gonna create that anyway.
You're with a 10. As you're like, no, we're friendly. You would simply just hear food, hunger, hissing at you.
Well, they're not nice.
Anything else for Fungi?
Okay. Nope, that's the end of my turn.
All right, I'll take the Jim Jar and the crew. All the other guys. Jim Jar is going to attack the spider in front of him. Hitting with one of his attacks. For 3. Topsy and Turvy are going to gang up on this spider in the back. Topsy hit very good. Well, not a lot of damage, but they still hit. They both rolled very horrible damage for a total of 9. As they lunge at that guy. Shushar backs up. Oh. And Bupido, as he's screaming, "Ow!" and just kind of tries to whack out with his hooked kind of spear. Missing. Taking us to Weller Bynip. What's Weller doing?
You're muted.
You are muted. Whoa,
Oh, muted back.
muted.
Whoops.
Here's a fancy picture of what's happening right now.
relaxing.
Yeah, it's not terrifying at all.
No,
Don't
it's
like
not
that.
terrifying at
Don't like the little
all.
creepy guy coming up from the bottom. Little sneaky snake. All right, so the one that is right here, I can reach him with my glaive, right?
You absolutely can. You've got 3 targets in reaching range.
Oh yeah, it's a target-rich environment.
It is.
Fantastico. Reading over my new stuff, seeing if I want to use it. All right, so for precision attack, I can make the attack roll first and then tell you whether I want to use a superiority die, right?
I am unsure about that one. I think that
Okay.
one you're like, I need this to be a precision attack, and you call it before maybe.
It says you can use this maneuver before or after making the attack roll,
Well,
but
there you
before the
go.
effects of the attack
Yeah,
are applied.
so you can roll
Okay.
and be like, nah, I need this to be a precision, and then
Cool.
roll me the D8.
Roger that. Let's go ahead and give that a shot.
14 swinging, that's gonna hit.
All right, fantastic. We'll go ahead and do some damage there.
As you cleave that spider in 2, and it screams out, it's done for. Easy enough.
That's what it screams out in common. It says, "I'm done for."
I'm done for. Yep, that's it.
Fantastic. And I am going to go ahead. That one's. Did you say that one down there was in range?
He is.
Okay, fantastic. I'm going to go ahead and action surge and take an attack on that one as well.
All right.
Whoops, that gave me a -1 action surge. Let's just put it back to 0. Trying that again, and I will precision attack on that one. Take 1 die. You said that's a D8, right?
Yeah. An 11, unfortunately, is going to be a miss.
Ah, damn.
As you swing out from that one going over to that one, it just kind of hops back a little bit.
Dun, 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 dun. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
Anything else for Weller? You got a bonus action. I don't know if you got anything you can do with it, though.
Yeah, other than what second wind, I'll just save that.
All right.
Yeah, I'm movement wise, is there a way that I can get to the other side of that one without
Absolutely.
provoking an attack of
Yeah,
opportunity?
Yeah, no one's
Okay.
nearby you, so yeah, you can kind of run around him.
Fantastic. We'll just do that then, and that'll end my turn.
Perfect. Flanking with Jim Jar. That'll take us to Casmus. In the middle of everything.
Yeah. Gonna hit this one right there with the Eldritch Blast.
Let's see it. 17's gonna blast it. Yeah, as it blasts off the side and kind of sticks to some of the webbing there.
And I'm gonna move it a little bit further to get better sight, and that's a bit.
All right, taking us to Rincewind.
Okay, I am just staring this one down in front of me that took a bite at me, and I'm going to pull my short sword and swing right back.
That hits.
And
Perfect.
I just come right down on top of its thorax. I don't know if I did enough to kill it, but
You
I know
kinda
it hurt.
Slash through it, and it kind of like nicks the side of its thorax for 5 points of piercing.
and
are
the
you
favored foe.
Are you favored foeing it?
Yes.
Okay, fair enough. I wasn't sure if you just had that clicked from last time or something.
No. Yeah.
Fair enough. It is hurt, but it is not dead. Hissing in your direction. Anything
Okay.
else?
And no, that's it. I'm getting my turn.
All right, taking us to Thunder at Dusk. Malakar on deck.
You can just call him Dusk if you have to. It's a mouthful.
That's fair.
Dusk will spin his spear above his head, and he will hurl it at boop.
The
this
one by the
spider.
2 gnomes. All right, yeah, go for it. Chucking that spear, 19 hits. As it skewers it against the wall there.
Okay. And then he will. Hold on, let me validate something. Immediately after you take the attack.
So technically it has to be like within range.
Immediately.
Yeah. You could have moved first though if you wanted.
No, that's okay. He will move over and remove the spear,
All right.
and that will be it.
That'll take us to Malakar. Just witnessing fungi turning into a spider with a big like shell on its back, essentially. Something you've never seen before.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of be a little off-putted by that, but I am going to move up to this little spider here and take a swing at him.
All right. With a 20. Yeah, you cleave into its thorax as its guts spill along the edge there. Oh wait, no, it is still alive. Just barely. I was like, nah. It's, you know, like when you squish a insect and they're still barely up. That's this spider.
That'll be it for me.
Alright. That will take us to this spider. Who will return in kind. Getting a 22 against you, Malakar.
Yeah, that hits.
I need a Constitution saving throw as it hisses and bites into you. Alright, you take 4 points of piercing damage and 5 points of poison for a total of 9. The other one is going to bite at Rincewind, getting an 18 to hit.
That hits.
And I need a Constitution save. As you take 1 point of piercing damage and 6 points of poison damage. Its fangs didn't do a lot, but it's releasing all of its venom into you. And that'll end the spider's turn as they're hissing at you, taking us to fungi.
Go right at the one that I'm closest to. Try doing a bite myself.
Yeah, 20 will hit. Or 19. Same thing.
I don't. Can't see how to do more damage, but it's.
You should be able to click on the bite in the chat window, and it'll roll the damage there.
Oh, 3 piercing.
Alright, does 3 piercing and DC 12 con save. It got a big 7. Oh, that's cool. Theirs does acid damage.
Yeah.
That is very unique. Yeah, as you bite into the spider and just spew acid into it, it starts exuding this liquid from the bite marks as it squeals, no longer hissing, crumples up into its little spider ball. Does fungi eat it?
No, I don't need to eat.
Alright. I mean, I don't know. He's a spider now.
That will do it for my turn.
All right. Take us to the NPCs, starting with Jim Jar, who lashes out, thankful that he's got someone flanking and others nearby. Getting a 10 and a 16, hitting with his second attack. As he kind of readies his sword and kind of stabs into it and just kind of stomps on the face of the spider. The spider crumples down into nothingness. And just like that, the tension of battle's still there, but nothing seems to be moving, except for out of the corner of your eye. We're going to get out of combat. You would see two goblins, yellowish in skin. One of them more skinny and stout, while the other is kind of like a good foot taller. Both with kind of tufts of hair atop their head, like little wannabe mohawks. Wearing a spidery looking garb, sliding across these webs, almost like they're pro skaters. Nothing on their feet but the shoes. Sliding towards you. Both of them, well, the front one kind of smiling a little bit as he arcs towards the side of this space here. Kind of calls out, "Hey, hey, hey, you guys!" As you would see these two individuals. Yeah, you guys, talking to yous.
Who are you guys?
As they kind of land on the side of the area there. Yeah, I'm Yuck Yuck. That there's Spider Bait. Yep, I'm Spider Bait. Yeah, saw you guys messing around with the webs there. Took good stuff with the spiders.
Yeah.
Don't look at me like that. Yeah, you know what I mean. You really smashed them good.
Like how are you guys walking on those webs?
We're not walking. We're sliding.
And you don't get stuck?
We got the special juice. See, we're the web runners. Me and Yuck Yuck, we're the best silken paths explorers to path the silken paths.
And would you happen to know your way to the lake?
Oh, we know all the way around the paths.
Where do the paths go?
They go here, they go there, they go... Where are you looking to go?
The lake.
The lake. Yeah. They come somewhere close to it, yeah. Yeah, something like that.
It's not so much where we're trying to go, it's where we're trying to get away from.
You try and get away. I get it. Yeah, we here in the Web Runners, we don't discriminate against people running from problems. We know all about running from problems. Don't we, Spider Bait? Yup, we know all about running from problems. Yeah.
Would be willing to show us to the lake?
Of course we would. I mean, for a fee, of course.
For a fee?
Yeah, it's a small fee. You guys look like you can smash things, so you probably can smash people who've got money, right?
What's your fee?
2 gold a day.
2 gold a day. That's a lot.
Well, that's the fee. I mean, I can't argue with the fee. That's written by the higher ups.
What's a day by us?
What's a day?
What's included in a package of a day?
Well, package of a day we get you. Well, you see, you don't have to pay us right up front. You can pay us at the, when we get you where you need to go.
Okay.
You trying to get to the Dark Lake? That'll take about 2 days or so. Give or take.
Do you think? I think we need some rest. We haven't really slept in a little bit here.
Oh, you
think
need
it's
to
a good
sleep?
rate? We are gonna need to sleep soon.
Ah, okay. Well, hey, that's up to you guys.
You think it's safe here? And in the morning we can you can show us the way.
So are we in an agreement then?
Do we really have a choice?
I mean, you don't have to cross the Silken Paths, although they are the fastest way to get where you want to go, which is the lake, apparently. If you go down that way, it'll take you probably about 6, maybe 7 days.
Yeah, I think
Maybe 8, right? Spider Bait? Yeah, it'll
depends
probably
what-
take you 8.
Depends what everyone thinks, but I think it's our best bet. Unless we want to take 7 days.
Does me being a drow affect them at all?
Give me an insight check. An 11. It doesn't seem to.
Okay.
Yeah, we've seen lots of stuff on these paths here, and we'd like to call it home. Sometimes.
How much how much gold did we pick up from the gambling table?
I've
I
got
think all the
4
gold
left.
was in
That would be what Weller has. 4 gold.
Well, they might have 5 then, because I gave 1 to Jim Jar for the bet.
I've got 1 gold and 1 gold.
Yeah, I don't know how, but mine says I have 15.
You should have 0. It's because of the starting gold,
Oh, okay.
which
I
nobody
have
should
0.
have starting gold.
Okay. So we got 4 gold.
Hey, that's perfect. We take you where you want to go. 2 days time. If it takes more, then we'll discuss what you owe when we get there.
Well, are you willing to depart with this?
Gold has no matter to me down here.
I don't think gold has any use for any of us right now.
If it gets us to our destination quicker, I'm fine with it.
Okay, so do we go right now or do we sleep here and go in the morning?
How long has it been, Steven, since we've had a rest? Is it that a conversation that we
it's
need
been
to
about
have?
6 hours. So if you wanted to mill here for like 2 or more hours, you could. You've
take a
essentially been
short rest.
traveling for like 6 hours. You could take a short rest easily enough. Boopdo is kind of like, I don't care who these two, who's the what's its are. But I'm in the green. I could at least sit down for a little while. That spider bit the shit out of me.
Yeah, I'm not afraid of sitting down for a couple hours just to catch my breath.
If they're fine with waiting, let's take a.
Yeah, we can wait till. Kind of like looks at his hand, like as if there's a watch there, and you can see markings on his hand. Yeah, we got a little bit of time. I mean, he made a little bit of noise here, but I think the webs will be fine.
All right.
How many hours do we want to hang out for?
Just a couple is all we need, I think. I mean,
How many hours do we think Topsy still has at this point?
Negative.
About an hour at most.
You know, yeah.
Topsy
was gonna
Topsy
go
is
to-
definitely sitting down right now.
That's what's gonna go away from Topsy so she doesn't hear. Do we even tell Turvy what's going on?
Turvy knows.
I mean, Turvey's got to know. She's been spitting out spores this whole time.
Then I mean, he
Turvy,
was.
Turvy
he
needs to
was
know
diseased.
what his sister did to save him.
It seems he'll know soon enough.
Yeah.
I'm gonna transform back into. I'm gonna end my wild shape.
Look.
Just for the heck of it, I'm going to.
Oh shit!
Yeah, right.
I'm gonna try and, just in case, I'm gonna ask them. You guys don't know any like.
You were
Special.
just a Steta, bro.
Yeah, I was. That was fun.
That's
I
pretty
like
cool.
that. Well, yeah, that was cool. But you don't know any like magics, or like healings. You don't know anything like that, do you?
There's some pretty cool places along the way if you're looking for magic stuff. I mean, we found all sorts of things along the silken paths. You never know what you'll find there.
You don't have anything on you like right now, do you? Huh?
Nah, we ain't got. I mean, we got what we carry. Just a little bit of this, a little bit of that. What are you looking for?
One of my new best friends here. They're a little sick. They got
Oh, whoa! We ain't taking any sickies on here.
It'll be okay. We just need to know if you have anything at all. You know anything? You don't?
All we got is
You
the
don't need
juice
anything?
and what we need to survive.
Okay. I'm going to pull up the rest of, us together. Just, guys, kind of the stuff I was saying before. Topsy's not looking too good when the very last moment. Oh boy, we can't be anywhere. Well, I'll probably be okay, but you guys can't be anywhere near her, because
Turvy
you don't
kind
want
of
it to
pipes up.
spread.
What do you mean? Topsy's fine. Ain't you,
Buddy, hey.
Topsy? Yeah, I'm all right, Tevy.
What would occur if that moment happened sooner?
Well, like if it catches us by surprise, you mean? We kind of don't want.
No. If there was a more merciful solution.
Well, in any case, you don't want to be there at the end. You want to give yourself a little bit of distance.
So, he whispers so only the group can hear. So we would have to throw her down as he points towards the cliff.
Goodness, I wasn't suggesting that. I was just saying, you guys got to be over here.
How tall is Fun Guy?
3'2".
All right, so Weller's taller.
Way taller. Yeah.
Weller's
We're all way
going.
taller.
Weller's going to get right up in Fun Guy's grill piece, and looking down on him, kind of obviously annoyed, grit his teeth, and be like, "What happened? Quit dancing around it and tell us."
We'll say fungi. It's not immediate after the death. Usually between 1 and 7 days, spores start to
Oh,
produce.
I misunderstood you when we were mentioning it before. Okay. So let me backtrack a little bit.
Yeah,
So none of this happened.
Yeah, wait a second here.
We can. You
I
just,
totally
you're just,
misunderstood
you're
you what
just
you were
thinking
saying.
on it some more. You're like, you know what? Maybe it
Yeah,
won't be
so-
immediate.
Yeah, okay. Not right like that second, but we can't carry her or anything. We're going to need to find a place to let her be away from anybody else. It kind of spreads.
How long?
Uh,
So we can't carry her.
we don't do that at all.
Well, we're gonna have to try to convince Derby to leave it as sister. I can try.
Uh, yeah, that's not going to help.
So look,
If anything helps us.
we convince Turvey to let her go. We take a little short rest and then we leave. I guess that's our best bet.
We can't convince him
We
to
can
leave
try.
if he doesn't want to. If he wants to stay with his sister.
Oh, if he wants to stay with his sister, he's gonna stay. I'm gonna try to convince him, but it's ultimately his choice.
Then I suggest you have that conversation with him now.
All right.
It doesn't appear she has long.
All right. Casper's gonna go to the Turvey and explain to him everything. Like what's
Turvey's
happening.
kind of like Topsy's kind of leaning up against the wall, breathing heavy, and Turvey's kind of like hunched over, like on the balls of his feet, like giving her a pat on the back. You'll be
Willow's gonna go
alright.
sit with her. He wants to sit with her.
Turvey, she's not gonna make it.
Yeah, well, she'll be fine. I mean, you got the big red guy to heal her up, like me, right?
She sacrificed herself to save you. He healed you.
Well, like he healed her.
He can't. He doesn't have enough magic left to heal her.
What do you mean? Hey, Big Red, fucking heal my sister.
I can't.
What do
I
you mean
only
you
had
can't?
enough for 3.
You did it to me.
She sacrificed herself for you.
Look, you're gonna have. She's gonna pass away soon. You're gonna have to let her go.
Go where? We're gonna
Here,
we're gonna be fine.
She's gonna pass to the. She's gonna die.
And you just after you say that, he kind of looks to Topsy, and she's just kind of like a little woozy, but like looking down purposefully away. What? She'll be fine. We've survived worse than this.
Casmus looks at Topsy. Topsy, is there any way you can explain it better to him? He doesn't seem to understand when I'm saying it.
And she just looks away. Like she's too like kind of ashamed, but you know, proud.
Casmus can put her hand on her shoulder and just, look, and try to convince her, like, you need to tell him that you'll be all right, that he needs to be strong. And you can't continue.
Kind of like cough a little bit. Turvey will be strong. He doesn't. Always has been. Toby, it's true. I don't feel well. I think it's just getting worse. Turvy just kind of like plops to his knees in front of her.
We'll leave you to
One very stupid, probably idea. Very, very stupid one that I'm going to try. God, this is stupid.
You can turn into a health potion.
No.
Oh.
Well, I have one thing that takes away poisons. It just doesn't necessarily take it away from living things normally. Just gonna try casting purify food and drink. Wanted to see if it kind of takes out any kind of poison or helps with it at all on Topsy.
I would say as you try to cast
Only if
this
we're gonna eat her.
purification, it doesn't seem to have any effect.
What happened to that guy that had that whole raise the dead thing that he was doing all the time?
You can spare the dying.
Yeah, spare the dying.
Yeah.
We haven't talked about it, but it's ironic that he couldn't spare himself from dying.
Well, he
Yeah,
didn't
he
die.
couldn't
He's
spare
just petrified.
Spare the stoning.
True.
Yeah.
You have no idea what that existence might be like. He's just completely conscious through the whole thing.
Oh no.
Dusk will approach the two, and seeming uncharacteristic from what you've seen before, he will sort of stoop down, and he will say, and look at both. Of course, he doesn't even know really this Drow's name. He's heard the other names thrown around, but he will say, "There is no need for your sister to suffer. Her impending death will be painful. I can help with that."
Well, what do you mean?
I mean that she does not need to suffer or be in pain.
Well, nobody does.
If she wishes, I can bring the end sooner. But that is a decision you will both have to make.
We'll leave you guys to it.
And she kind of like looks to Topsy. And he's kind of like, he's definitely fighting back tears. Or Topsy looks to Turvy, sorry. They have names that look Weller and Rincewind all over again, but worse. Turvy's on the verge of crying. He's definitely collapsed on the ground, just looking at his sister, who looks pretty sickly. It could be best, Turvy. I mean, I don't want... You just
Dusk
have
is
to
gonna
suffer
look-
through it.
Dusk is going to look into her eyes and try to see what she really wants.
Give me an insight check. Probably mostly confusion and kind of like realization that like is somewhat acceptance of what's actually happening.
Does she seem to be in a lot of pain?
She's having trouble breathing, and like with every breath is just like this dust coming out of her
Okay.
mouth.
Dusk will kindly reach out with his pawed hand and he will rest his hand gently on her chest. And he will Hand of Harm and end her life and end her suffering.
Does it automatically kill?
No, it'll do anywhere from I can do 5 to 8 points of damage with it.
Roll me the Hand of Harm.
Oh god, it's gonna be like Austin Powers. She's gonna be like, I'm very badly burned down here.
As you deal 7 points necrotic damage, her chest kind of caves in a little bit as she exhales. Her exhale turns into a hiss as you would see her body grow fur all over. Her face elongates into a rat-like face as she hisses at you. And you can see her in her truest form. A rat person takes her place as she quickly draws a blade and leaps at you.
Of course. Why wouldn't there be a rat person?
As Topsy lunges towards Thunder at dusk. Turvy looks just as surprised as the rest of you. And that's where we'll end tonight.
All right.
No.
That's only like the
Alright.
third weirdest thing that fucking Rincewind's seen tonight. So
Oh my god.
She seemed willing for sure. But her true self wasn't.
There's
We'll
going to be
This
some
doesn't
questions.
feel like my fault at all.
as
There's
there-
going to be
It's
some
like-
questions after this.
Turvy sitting right there next to her.
Yep, and he just looks just as surprised.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
But is it a deception?
We'll find out.
I'll find
We'll
out.
find out next time, as apparently Topsy was aware at.
Oh,
Where rat?
I thought it was the thing. I was gonna be. I call Kurt Russell.
Yeah, she looks like she's got big incisors and
Dude, that sucks. Can you imagine being a were-rat? Like, a werewolf is one thing. That's kind of badass. But a were-rat, it's like, oh, damn it.
yeah,
Attacking a giant cat.
yeah,
I
The irony.
I drew the short straw. I'm a were-rat.
Well, that's what they have down here. But yeah, we'll pick up there next time as you have met a couple of goblins willing to help you and didn't want to take anyone sick across. You guys wanting to take a little break, but trying to end the life of Topsy in a good way, not in a bad way. End the suffering. Seems like she was a monster the whole time.
I was following the teachings of the great what do you call a head monk?
Kensei?
Head monk,
Yeah.
master.
Oh, the head monk of the order, the great Kite, taught,
Yeah.
to be merciful.
But yeah, we'll pick up there next week, and glad we got to see that side of Thunder at dusk as well. And glad to have you here with us, Jim, and glad to have
Good time.
both of these characters introduced. I think it'll go
Yeah.
swimmingly. But
I think we have increased the weirdness even more.
yep, it just gets weirder and weirder.
Absolutely.
So check out next time on Out of the Weirdness.
All right.
All right.
Thanks all.
Night stream.
Good night.
Bye, Twitch.
Bye, Twitch.